Hey everyone, welcome back to the Visually Stunning Movie Podcast. I'm Mark. That's Ryan. Hi Ryan.
Hello.
Spike Lee joint this time.
Yeah.
He is remaking a Japanese movie.
Yes. Kurosawa. Yeah.
Kurosawa. This one is highest to lowest with Denzel Washington, Jeffrey Wright. Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Rated R, 2 hours and 13 minutes. Let's get it out of the way. A lot of language in this. Not a ton of violence per se. A lot of language in this one. That's probably where the R really hit. Denzel is a music mogul who's dealing with some business about his company.
Yeah.
And his son is kidnapped and he has to pay a ransom, but then events transpire and a ransom is still owed, but it is not for his son.
No, it's for the best friend.
For the best friend's son.
Yeah.
His godson, if you will. Who I believe he claims as his godson earlier in the film. Jeffrey Wright's son.
Yes.
Man, there's a lot here. There are two movies going on. There is a movie about a businessman fighting to save his business or reclaim his business or remember why he went into business in the first place. And there's a ransom thriller type movie. Both of those movies are pretty interesting and kind of compelling. My problem is that I don't know that I like them together in this form.
Yeah, the original film is similar in that it's a businessman. It doesn't get into the music element of this film, and as far as the way the industry works and whatnot, is pretty accurate. It would, if not completely accurate, it's there was nothing in this that I was like, oh, that's just not how that works at all. Which is what I found myself saying throughout Freaky Friday or Freakier Friday. Anyway, but we didn't have to talk about that, so we won't talk about that. So that aspect of the film I think is handled really well. But I don't. I have a hard time with this film because I don't think it's a bad film, but I don't know that it's a great film. I'm pretty sure it's a good film.
I agree that it's a good film.
I think maybe that's where it is. I think maybe
I think it's two good films, but it's just an okay one film.
Yeah, and it's there's well, first of all, I walked out of the theater, and we often leave comments with the person who's there. And as I walked out, the individual before me, I kind of caught the end of their comment and knew exactly that the score for this film is utterly bizarre, in that it doesn't seem to fit the film at all. And it's very, it gets in the way a lot of a lot of the scenes. And so, and you don't often get this with a movie. And you generally definitely don't get this in a movie that is partly about music. I feel like that a movie that is about music should probably have a score that reflects what it's Denzel Washington.
Cohesive.
Well, just or it makes sense because he's running a label that is primarily, if not entirely, I'm not, but it's about black music. And
well, even he says it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
that he's trying to preserve black music,
and then to have a score that really doesn't seem to reflect that at all.
The opening number
is bizarre to me. That's I don't know how. I don't know. And I think that sometimes the score is so distracting that it actually makes the film worse than it probably is. Um, and I know that's films are a composite of things, and when one of those pieces just doesn't fit,
Right.
I think it throws everything off. Because I think the performances here are pretty good.
I agree.
Um, and again, the story itself pretty good. The dilemma, good dilemma. There's that leads to some interesting sort of action. It is also problematic that one of the only white characters in this film is an absolute jerk, who was basically playing his character from a series of insurance commercials. Anyway, and it's I don't know. I just don't know. I hate to walk out of a film and feel like, well, I think this might do well in the in the urban market, but I don't know that it connects with me. I shouldn't be thinking that as I walk
Right.
out of a film. I don't want to be thinking about who is this, who is the market for this film. That's the last thing I want to be thinking about. I want to be thinking about how I connected with it, or how I liked it, or how it showed me things that I had never seen before. It dropped me into a world that I was completely unfamiliar with. But we don't really get that
Right.
here. So I'm kind of I don't know how to talk about this film really.
No, like I said, it's weird because if you want to watch good performances, this has them. Um, I think it's shot mostly interestingly. I thought it was funny you guys were talking about the Spike Lee bingo card.
Yeah, before, yeah,
And then hilariously, I even picked up 5 or 6 of the
yes,
items that you guys rattled off. And I was like, oh,
yeah,
there it is. There it is. There it is.
yeah, uh-huh.
So that's interesting. Um, but yeah, it's not a bad film. It's really not. This is an Apple A24, I think.
Yes,
A24 helped them out with this. So A24 again, normally we like Apple, pretty good at
yeah.
managing their content. So again, it's not a bad film, but it's a
I
challenging film to, I guess, to decide if it's
I had
for
a really
you.
I had a real hard time just staying in it, I guess. Not, and again, a lot of that has to do with the score, a lot of that has, but I don't know. I just it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I
I,
said,
I
and
I can tell you that.
yeah, and like I said, I think like I said, the movie's 2 hours and 13 minutes. I think you could make 2 separate 90-minute movies and keep all of the important bits
Yeah.
with this one, just one for each half of the film. And I think it's two more cohesive. They're less ambitious, I guess, but they're a little more cohesive than that. And I had forgotten that guy was in the film, but I did notice that they made fun of his other career
Well, that
later in the film.
but they made fun of Jake from State Farm, and he's not Jake from State Farm.
No, but
So,
then, well, no, but then the next, what's that? Well, that's Mayhem.
yeah, well, there you go. Yes.
So I was just like, they got him. So yeah, so yes, Mayhem is in this movie, by the way. There you go. That's Mayhem.
And not, yeah. So, and that again, that maybe that moment draws me out a bit too much.
Yeah, maybe. It's just, yeah, it's like I said, I have not seen everything Spike Lee has done.
Well, Spike Lee's done a ton of stuff.
He
I've seen a
has done a
lot of
ton of
it,
stuff.
but
I
if you
felt
start
a lot of Inside Man in this too.
the action part,
Yeah,
everything, but Inside Man's a pretty great film.
yeah,
Uh, Probably underrated if you want to know the truth, but that's just me. I like that film a lot. I don't know. I couldn't connect with the film. I just felt on the outside of the entire thing. Um, I guess sometimes that's how it goes.
yeah. sometimes it's just the movie doesn't hit for you. And said for me, this one didn't hit. So, so there you go. That is highest to lowest in theaters this weekend from Apple and A24. I don't know when it will hit Apple TV Plus.
I think it's
It might be day and date. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's I think it's sometime next month.
No, there you go. So, but no, it's not, again, it's not a bad film. Don't take that away from this, but it's just yeah, that's what it is. We've got more stuff to watch, more stuff to talk about. Alien Earth has dropped a couple episodes, which I still need to watch.
Yeah, I need to get to that.
I'll try to watch some of those today. We'll talk about those next week, if we can. We've got some movies next week that some of us will see. We'll see about that. I'm spending this weekend in Chicago at Fan Expo, so I'll be putting stuff on Twitter and Instagram, I'm sure. Maybe YouTube. We'll see how I feel. So watch for that. Don't forget to like us, follow us on social media, all that good crap. Go to the website, vsmoviepodcast.com. You'll get links to all of it. Be good, stay safe, go see a good movie, because there are plenty out there. Listen to any of our reviews, you can find them. But yeah, there's a couple there's a couple really good ones, and there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
So definitely go check them out. Till we talk to you again, I am Mark. That is Ryan. Bye, Ryan.
See you, folks.
We'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.